Welcome to today's headlines. Northern region is angry, regrets voting for Tinubu, ready to go against him in 2027 Arewa Forum. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, good morning. And please, before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe, and share. Now the details. The Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF, a northern Nigerian socio-cultural group, has stated that the northern people regret voting for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023. The president of the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF, Alhaji Shetima Yerima, added that the northern people are willing to work against Tinubu's re-election in 2027 if he does not change the current situation of the country. He addressed the broader dissatisfaction in the north, reflecting on the high expectations from the Tinubu-led government, emphasizing the need to address insecurity and economic hardship to win back the trust of the northern populace. The Arewa youth leader also criticized some state governors for their lack of creativity and initiative in generating revenue within their state. Speaking with Vanguard, he noted that some governors rely heavily on federal allocations, preferring to share federal funds with their cronies rather than investing in their state's development. He argued that decentralizing the federal structure would force states to become more productive and self sufficient, ultimately benefiting the entire country. Yerima added that there are massive regrets from northern people who voted for Tinubu in 2023, despite the failures of his party man, Muhammadu Buhari. He continued in some quarters. There are certain regrets by the northern region. Don't forget, the 8 years of Buhari's administration brought nothing to the north. So, the expectation was so high that Tinubu knew where the problem lay, and someone like me who had worked with him had taken him as a role model. I believed that he knew so much about the problems of this country and would approach the issues not as a military man, but as a democrat and would be able to profile solutions to them. But the people are disappointed because they are not getting what they expected of him. In fairness to him, the situation was very bad. Everybody knew that whoever succeeded Buhari would go through a very rough path to succeed. We never expected that after 8 years of rubbish, Tinubu would perform a miracle in 2 years. Yes, there are expected reforms, and without kids, we may not get the results immediately. But what is expected from the government is that whatever policy you are bringing, there must be a cushioning effect so that people would not unnecessarily suffer. People have suffered enough. If he had done it that way, nobody would have accused Tinubu of ill intention to balkanize the country or govern against any section of the country. He is very exposed and not a local champion. But sometimes it is one thing to come up with a policy, but the implementation might not go well with the people. The North is angry with the government, but the government still has another opportunity in less than 2 years to turn things around. So, some of us are not in a hurry to conclude that Tinubu might not be of any good to the North. We know the journey is rough. Let us give him some benefits of the doubt and encourage him. If he doesn't do anything that will positively impact the lives of the people, some of us can gang up against him and put our votes where we know we can get better treatment. We will sit down with all stakeholders, arrive at a conclusion, and look for alternatives. Right now, right now, it is too early to conclude that Tinubu has failed. So, my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now, before I go, let's move down to the comment section. The first comment I have here says Tinubu must finish. Oh, the North has been in power for years and nothing significant has happened in Nigeria. So bringing them back won't create anything new than the normals. In fact, I'm even more surprised that Tinubu got his highest vote in the North. And the votes Tinubu got from the North emerged him as the president. Now, why are they complaining? Are we saying they are daft for knowing that Tinubu would turn around to do something like this to them? We are all in this together. We must face it together. Another comment here says the South must complete the full, say, 8 years before going back to the North. Otherwise, we will divide the country and each region will go their separate ways. End of story. Another comment here says empty threat from the most uninformed region in the country. When election nears, the few elitists that control the region will spread their hands for a big check and then command the 99% vassals to vote for APC. They are just using this noise to position for the money ahead. A comment to here says, I am a northerner and I deeply appreciate Tinubu administration. If I have something to regret is voting for that corrupt Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, continue with your good work and don't withdraw tax reform bill. Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.